there, chatters. Happy New Year. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat Update. This is our second case update episode for season 5, and
Yes.
it's where we revisit some of our previous cases and give you some of the latest deets. What's going on?
Yes.
So,
Yes. Quick chat update. But before we get into it, I do need to ask you, did you finish watching Stranger Things?
yes.
What'd you think?
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah?
I, you know me. I don't like the sappy stuff, right? Like I don't
No.
really like the romance and the
Mm-mm.
at forever or happy ever after. So, but I cried.
Did you? When did you cry?
I cried when Nancy found Holly. I cried when Joyce beat the shit out of cut Vecna's
Oh,
head
yeah.
off because
Oh my
oh,
God, what a powerful scene. That
very
was such a I mean she's been there from the beginning.
yeah,
So all of that stress, like that monster's been after her child from the beginning.
yes, for
I
10
felt that.
years.
She is an amazing, like, listen, Winona Ryder, she's not a perfect actress. She gets cringy sometimes, but when she smashes a role, the girl is amazing. Like,
Mhm.
there's a movie called Girl Interrupted. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yes, it's been a long time, but yes, I have seen it.
When she nails a role, I
Yeah,
mean, she is chef kiss, and
yeah.
that's what she did. Oh my God.
That was yeah, so that was amazing. And then in seeing them all kind of graduate and stuff, and I it didn't get it at the time, but when I kind of went back, I was looking through some social media because I avoided social media until we saw it because I knew it was
Okay.
going to be everywhere. I completely avoided it, and I saw basically the interaction between. Do you remember in season 4 when Eddie died in season 4, right? The
Yes.
Hellfire Club, right?
Oh,
So when
4?
was it 4?
Yes. Yeah, because this was
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Okay.
Billy was 3, right?
Right.
Billy, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So in season 4, when Eddie was doing his little pep talk, I guess you could say, at the lunch table, and he was talking about graduation and how he
Yeah.
was going to tell the principal to go shove it or whatever, Dustin did that at his valedictorian speech, and I was like, dude. And then, he had the Hellfire shirt on. I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like a proud parent.
Yeah,
You
I think
know?
the one thing that they did get, okay, so I think that when it came to that part, because back in the 80s, it was common to have older teens kind of play a father figure to some of the lost boys on the block. That was
Sure.
very like, like to take them under the wing, look out for them, be kind of like their bodyguard, because
Yeah.
this is before social media, and fights
Yeah.
used to break out left and right, especially I remember fights on my block would just, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody had a problem with you, you get a knock at the door, meet me
Mm-hmm.
outside type of thing. I remember my
Yeah.
brother had a big fight, the first fight. It was just so different. I remember my brother's first fist fight with this bigger kid, and my brother was black belt. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he was not black belt at that point, but he was pretty good at karate.
Sure. Yeah.
So we didn't worry about him, but my father, and the neighbor, the dad next door, they came out with the beer just to watch. Because it was so acceptable to deal with your issues
Yes, at
face
the
to
time.
face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the fight,
Mm-hmm.
my father and the neighbor broke up the fight and said, "Okay, enough is enough.
That's
You got it
enough.
out of your
That's
system.
enough.
Now
Yeah.
shake hands." And they did, and they never had a problem after that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so different compared to
Yeah.
what today is. It's, like you didn't dare be a brat and not have to, accountability was something
Yeah.
that could easily be, I don't know.
So
But
you think the scene was too much? Like not.
no, I
Oh,
thought
okay.
I
I thought that's
loved.
what you were saying.
No, what I was saying was like that relationship that he had with Eddie was
Right.
very spot on
Yeah.
with what was going on in the 80s, where you had those two older guys or an older brother figure, father figure that would just step in and just
Mm-hmm.
like care for you, look out for you, be a bodyguard. I felt like they nailed that relationship because that was
Yeah.
very believable for me. Like,
And and I guess when 11, supposedly was destroyed, died. Spoiler alert. Well, you should have seen it by now. Anyway, um,
Hmm.
then I saw the machines. I thought that she was just like taking it in. But it made sense because she couldn't use her powers where she pulled Mike to have that conversation with Mike. She wouldn't have been able to do that because the machines were on. So after, and then at the end, of course, when he was talking about the story with the mage, I'm just
Yeah,
like, I believe.
I believe too.
I believe. She
I want to
totally could
believe.
have done it. Yeah. And then, okay, Kylie pulled it out.
Okay.
Callie, the sister, number 8.
Oh, yeah, you liked her? I was on the
Well,
fence about
she
her.
she was dying, and she did that for 11, so 11 could
Yeah,
escape. So, I mean, that's what I said. She kind of pulled it out. Like,
she pulled it out at the end because at one
yeah,
point I was like, she's got an attitude. Like
yeah,
when she pulled the gun on Hopper, I was
Hopper,
like,
yeah,
hey girl, you better back up.
yeah,
Like, no, no.
yeah.
But yeah, she was. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she did pull it out if that did happen.
Sad it's
But
over.
I
Sad it's
know.
over. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, there were things in it that I felt like they were pulling a Game of Thrones on me, and I have like this trauma still from Game of Thrones. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Oh,
Nobody died.
thank you. Okay, it was like okay, so okay.
Okay,
I don't
Trevin and
mind that.
Amanda. We were
I
talking about that in that episode
yeah, I
with
don't
Limbaugh
mind.
Larceny.
I honestly don't mind that nobody died. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that because I feel like everybody kind of got their say in it, but I
Hmm.
felt that there was to me what bothered me is that in the last episode, late in the last episode, they started introducing other characters when we haven't even come. Like I just felt like this is a Game of Thrones pull where now you're
Oh,
introducing
okay.
characters we've never seen. What's her
You're
name?
talking about
What's her
the other
name's
kids?
girlfriend? Yeah, like okay, she was like part of a major part of that episode where in my head I'm like, we need to get to the plan. We need to know what's going on with the people that we've got emotionally tied to. And now
Right.
I'm looking at this character taking up 30 minutes of an episode. I'm like, okay, no, we're not
What part?
interested in that.
What part? Sorry.
It was not the episode that just came out. The episode before that was with what's her name? I love her, Robin,
Yeah.
her
And his
girlfriend. I felt
girlfriend.
like
Yeah. Okay.
it's a storyline that isn't gonna go anywhere, and we're
Well,
more interested in Robin and how
yeah.
Robin's gonna fight. We're just not interested in other characters coming in right now. I just
I,
felt like it was, I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, she's not really a new character though. She had more involvement, but I think that the fact that it was important for her to have some kind of introduction with Mrs. Wheeler blowing up the Demodogs, like being there
Right,
when the Demodogs were blown up. Also, crazy because she saw Max go,
right,
into the mind and stuff, and so that reaction, she hid Max when Max was still in the mind thing.
right.
So, I mean, I think it part of the story, yeah, probably didn't have to go on as long as it, but I think her role
Mm-mm.
was maybe important.
Yeah, maybe, but they could have shortened it up a little bit. We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
need as much of her. I wanted more of the kids. I wanted more of, I didn't want it to, I was very apprehensive that they were going to drag it out like Game of Thrones and then
Yeah.
screw it up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but no, they think,
It was a piece of art. It was beautiful.
yeah, it was great.
Great creation, beginning to end. Creative, great actors.
You think there's going to be a movie?
Well, they're coming out with an animation.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll take
think it's
it.
an animated series. I saw a quick interview with the Duffer Brothers about, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, there's some kind of like animation that they're gonna do where it was, I can't remember, but it's somewhere on the storyline
Okay.
is where they're gonna kind of pick it up at.
I'll take it. Definitely. I know. Okay.
That synth music is gonna stick in my
Yes.
brain
I
forever.
know. I
So
know.
I mean, it's one of those that I will go watch and watch over and over again. And I don't
Yes.
really care to rewatch things, but they got me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Me too. All right. Well, okay.
okay.
So let's get
Back to
into
the
our
update.
updates. Yeah, I got two
We
quick
had to,
updates.
well, we had to do a Stranger Things update.
We
We
had
had
to.
to.
Seriously. I mean, I watched the episode twice already, and I will watch it again because it was that good.
Yes.
Oh my God. All right. So my two updates. The first one that I'm going to do is a story we covered way back in season 1. It was episode 6, and we did the John Benet Ramsey.
Oh, yeah.
25 years later. Now we're
Yeah.
coming up on 30 years later. But there are some updates on this, which is like really exciting because
Really?
we want to know. Yeah. So in December 2023, the Boulder police confirmed that they started testing the old evidence
Yes.
using new DNA technology. And
Yes.
we've discussed that before, like during,
Yeah.
we all know this. But that testing did continue till today. Like it went through 24 and 25. And the investigators are looking again at items that originally were at the crime scene. But back then, so apparently, like we know this, but back then when they collected this evidence, one, some of the evidence was damaged. And two, back then, I won't say back then, but like in the 90s, you could really only test something once. And then
Yes.
once it's damaged, you really can't go back.
Right.
Well, that's changed.
Yeah.
Like considerably. And now they're saying that like that evidence that they have that was so minute that they felt that it's not going to go anywhere. Well, with the new technology, not only can it go somewhere, but now they have technology that they're even like using traces of things like skin cells and also touch DNA.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I'm like, yes.
As
So
long as the evidence hasn't been contaminated.
well, I think with the new DNA, they can at least separate the contamination. I feel like they can zero in on if there is a consistent level of contamination throughout all the samples, they may be able to extract it. Like if there's a common thread of an abnormal thread throughout these DNA samples, I think they're going to be able to identify that thread and maybe cancel it out and figure out what's underneath. Like I feel like we could do it. We can do it.
We can do it.
We could do this. Yes. Yes. So yeah, police have confirmed this is all happening, and they're saying like a lot of the news outlets I've noticed that they're saying like the lack of details that the police are sharing right now is because that there is something developing, but the police want to they're playing this one close to the chest because they fucked up so profoundly that this case is still ongoing.
Is it still the Boulder Police Department?
Yes.
Okay.
But they are outsourcing the DNA to other labs, but
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to solve this case, but even like the Ramsey family, they've responded and they're like, finally, we have some level of hope. John Benet's father said that this is actually the most hopeful he has felt in years, mainly because of the DNA science that it has improved so much. So fingers crossed, because you know what? The hard truth of this whole situation is it's 2026. There have been no arrests. There's no new suspects. And there's no new DNA. It's only what we have.
Right.
So we're approaching it we're just approaching it differently. And I think we're going to be able to solve it.
And I think because so much time has gone by, let's say the DNA does find something, and even though, it might be circumstantial, it physically places a person there.
Yeah.
And I can just see a defense attorney going, where's the chain of custody on that piece of evidence and how many hands that have touched it? Because I'm just thinking like touch DNA, somebody touched it without gloves, because only thing you can see is DNA is there, right? You don't know when it was placed there. In 30 years, that's a hell of a long fucking time for somebody else to touch it and for it to contaminate. So that's what I was talking about. Like, I hope it's not contaminated.
This reminds me of that. Remember that case we went over with the cotton swabs? Remember that case where they were trying, we did a story, the woman without a face, the killer without a face, because nobody can figure out who the killer was because every cotton swab that they used to get the DNA had the same DNA.
Yes.
And they were able to.
It was the technician.
Yeah, it was the technician that made the Q-tip. So, but they were able to go through the degrees of DNA, like layers, and figure out who, what, and if they were supposed to be touching it, if they're not supposed, like, you know, so they can rule out police, they can rule out investigators, but if there's somebody's DNA that's not family or investigators on that person's a suspect. So, fingers crossed. I don't know. Maybe in our lifetime. Yeah, and it's just refreshing because it's not rumors, it's not guesswork, it's actual science that's coming into play. Right. So I feel I just have a lot of confidence in our scientists. I really do. So I think they could do it. So, yes. Yes. Anyway, that is my JonBenét case update so far. So we'll be updating. My next case update is going to be one that is going to be coming up real soon in 2026. So it's the case of Kouri Richins, and Bailey Sarian just did this case. Yeah. So because it's coming up. So like everybody's got to refresh their knowledge on this case because it is going to be on TV. Definitely. There's going to be a camera in that courtroom. Oh, yeah. We covered this case in episode 61. And if you need a little refresher, Kouri is accused of killing her husband, Eric, on March 4th, 2022 at their home in Summit County, Utah. Prosecutors say Eric died from a fentanyl overdose after drinking a cocktail allegedly prepared by his wife. Mm-hmm. At the time, his death was believed to be accidental, but investigators later determined that it was a homicide. She poisoned him. Yes. Yeah. Now, in the case that we went over, I would suggest that you go back and watch it or listen to it because we go into detail about like how that came about and, you know, her little connections that she had, the mansion and all this stuff. Oh, yeah. But during this trail. Yeah. So after the husband died, like immediately after, during this time, she wrote a book. Yes. A child's book titled Are You With Me? And this was a self-published book to help children learn to cope with losing a father. This was initially sold on Amazon. It was promoted publicly through CBS News. Mm-hmm. This is not, you cannot find it on Amazon anymore. They took it off, thank God. But Richards was arrested more than a year later on May 8th, 2023, and was charged for aggravated murder. Since then, the case has expanded and the prosecutors added and adjusted new charges tying drugs, money, and alleged fraud to her. Mm-hmm. The preliminary hearing, which we all watched, I was watching it on like TikTok and Instagram of her like sitting there looking confused, you know, like, oh, so what's going on? That my was husband's dead? I'm the victim. So yeah, that was back in August 2024. As of now, the jury selection is scheduled for the beginning of February 10th, 2026. Ooh. And then the full trial is set to run from February 23rd through March 26th. They feel that it's only going to last about 5 weeks. Wow. But as of this month, Kouri remains behind bars because she was denied bail. Yep. And the timeline is set for her to publicly, I'm thinking it's going to be publicly, you know, televised. I hope so. Sure. Because I need to know what the hell's going on. Court TV. But, yeah. But we will keep you updated because I'm gonna be digging on this. So this will probably come up in other updates this season. So, and that are my 2 updates for our second latest updates. Very good stuff. Good stuff with JonBenét and really interesting on the edge. We're on the edge with Kouri Richins. I know. So I have to show off my thing. I don't know if you can see it. I got this for Christmas. Kat got this for me. Can you see it? Oh no, you can't see it. There you go. Feel my coffee and true crime. I love it. It's on my desk. I'm looking at it. Right here. Go ahead.
Yay!
Next to my candle.
Okay, so I have two quick case updates from cases that we covered in season 2. Both of them are from season 2.
Okay.
You went way, way, way back. I'm just going
Way
way back.
Okay.
So the first one was episode 42. It was a bonus episode where we covered New Year's Eve crimes, and I thought it would be fitting since we had just jumped into yet another new year.
I remember this case you went over.
Yeah.
I literally I remember you saying that it's like ongoing and okay, you got updates.
Well, we'll see. Okay. December 31st, 2021, then 21-year-old Jasani Carter and 18-year-old Jordan Ruby were arrested and charged after a violent crime spree in Las Vegas. Charged with 13 charges total. The men were also being charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, 1 count of attempted robbery, 4 counts of robbery with a deadly weapon, and 5 counts of conspiracy to commit robbery. The indictment alleges that the two drove from Southern California to Las Vegas and acted together to kill 66-year-old Clarice Yamaguchi of Hawaii, and then on December 31st, during a purse snatching turn shooting incident in a parking garage, they killed 60-year-old Hayo Soup, aka Richard, a few hours later. Police said that Carter and Ruby also tried to rob an employee at the Sahara, who said that the gunman grabbed his backpack. Do you remember this too? Fired a shot at the employee, and he ran towards the elevator, but he was not hit, but he was shot at. So that's the attempted murder. Security cameras, images, and witnesses linked Carter and Ruby to a silver BMW sedan, temporary California tags, and it was seen at the Wynn Resort parking structure on December 30th. Now, I mentioned this, I think, before, that Ruby's defense attorney requested the case to be dismissed, but prosecutors are moving forward and they're seeking the death penalty. Carter is now 23 and Ruby is now 21, and they are still continued to be held without bail. Now, trial. Originally, this was scheduled for 2024. It was postponed to August 11th, 2025, but it has now been rescheduled again. And then in September of 2025, they announced that both Ruby and Carter changed their defense attorneys, which was the reason for another reschedule.
Right.
So now it's scheduled for September 8th, 2026.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Why? Well, I mean, we've been wanting to track and follow this. It's like,
yeah,
and it's not a headliner. You know what I mean? It's not one of those stories that's on USA Today or New York Times or anything like that. I actually had a pretty difficult time trying to find an update for this one because it's just not covered that much, and I'm like, why? I don't know. It wasn't a crime spree. Shooting and killing and all that stuff. Anyway, okay. So that is Jasani Carter and Jordan Ruby. So my second case update is also from season 2. It's our finale, episode 72, where we covered named crimes.
Yes.
You did Natalie.
Yeah.
I did Kathleen.
Yeah.
And my case was the horrible crimes, or was it, of Kathleen Folbig. Now, it turns out she may have been wrongfully convicted. Do you remember this?
Are you kidding me? Yes, I remember this case, but wait a minute. Okay, you're going to go into that, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
So, a little backstory on this one. In 2003, then 36-year-old Australian woman was convicted of killing 4 of her own children between 1989 and 1999. The 4 children include 19-day-old Caleb Gibson Folbig. They originally thought he passed away from SIDS.
Yes.
He died February 20th, 1989. He was also diagnosed with a mild case of laryngomalacia, which is a common diagnosis in infants where they would breathe noisily. The second child was 8-month-old Patrick Allen Folbig, who died February 18th, 1991. His death was never really explained, but he was diagnosed with epilepsy and cortical blindness, which is when there's a total or partial loss of vision in a normal appearing eye that's caused by damage with the brain's in one of the brain's lobes. So, the third child was 10-month-old Sarah Kathleen Folbig, who allegedly had a respiratory condition at the time. She died August 29, 1993, and again, her cause of death was undetermined. And the fourth child, 18-month-old Laura Elizabeth Folbig, who also had a respiratory infection at the time, her cause of death is also undetermined. She died February 27, 1999. Now, during our...
But there are 4 children that are dead.
Well, do you remember how... Well, I'm going to get into it.
Okay.
So, during our episode, I mentioned that in 2023, Kathleen was released after serving 20 years in prison for these crimes because of how heavily prosecutors relied on something called the Meadows Law. It's a now widely discredited legal concept that states that 1, sudden infant death is a tragedy, 2 is suspicious, and 3 is murder until proved otherwise. So that was Meadows Law. But Roy Meadow, the founder of Meadows Law, was significantly discredited after a string of wrongful convictions were credited to his theory. Now, Kathleen had successfully appealed her convictions after scientific discoveries in genetics and cardiology cast doubt on her guilt following 2 inquiries into the verdicts. So there was a gene. She passed on this gene to her children. And they all had this specific mutation of a gene. I want to say it was like, I can't remember. I didn't write down the actual name. But there was a gene that she passed to all of her children that they died. It died of SIDS. It was sudden infant death syndrome. And they were able to kind of work after 20 years. And actually it was around like the 17, 18 year mark is when they really, like scientists were really starting to look into this. Like I said, that Meadows Law was discredited, so they're like, okay, is it possible for children in the same home to all pass away from SIDS? And the answer is yes, because Kathleen passed that gene, whatever she had, onto all of her children. So here's the update. So as of August 5, the New South Wales government announced that they are awarding the now 57-year-old Kathleen Folbig $2 million in compensation as an ex gratia payment. Now, this is a voluntary payment where an organization pays someone without admitting legal liability, often as a goodwill gesture to resolve some sort of claim, like settling out of court, avoid disputes, and mitigate bad publicity, common in insurance and employment terminations. Basically, the government pushed forward and basically has refused to apologize. She was pardoned, obviously, but they refused to apologize, going, okay, our bad. They just kind of let her go. So her lawyer said that this is, quote, woefully inadequate and ethically indefensible.
Good.
And that the system has failed Kathleen Folbig once again.
Yeah.
End quote. So since her release, Kathleen has been on a journey of rediscovery with her name cleared and an optimistic future. She has a life partner. She's published a book, but she still closely guards her memories of Caleb, Patrick, Sarah, and Laura. She does choose to she tries to think of the good times. I saw this in interview article where she was interviewed, and she tried to think of the good times, had the very, very short amount of good times that she had, because they were 9 months, 18 months old, that kind of thing. But she also does blame herself because she carried that gene and she passed it on.
That's heartbreaking. And you know what, there's no way that she can fight that, take the $2 million and still fight and use it towards a legal defense to fight it.
I don't know. And basically, from what I read, there's a lot more. There's a lot more going into kind of the government's going, that's all you're getting.
We do that too.
Sorry,
we've done
sorry.
That too. Yeah, we've done that too. I want to say to the Mississippi 3. They were released, but the government was like, we're not going to admit guilt. We're just going to release you. Then
here's some hush money.
Yeah, it's so messed up.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my
that's it.
God,
Those
that's
are my two
crazy.
updates.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Well, I hope she finds some peace.
Well, she seems to be doing
Right.
well.
All right. Those are really good updates. Thank you for that.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to following up on some of the other case too that you
Yes.
did.
Our next case update will come out on February 7th, the first Saturday of the month. So look forward to that.
Yes. Okay. Well, remember to follow us on all of our socials so you can get the scoop on what's coming up next.
And our next episode, originally scheduled episode for season 5, is next Saturday,
Yay.
January 10th. And Nat has us on the edge of our seats because we don't know what it is.
Nope. But you don't want to miss it. It'll be good.
We'll see you next week, chatters.
Bye.
Bye.